Hi everyone. So good to see so many people from LearnTech and Delta that I've been emailing with back and forth already. My name is Alok Amataya. I'm a lecturer in the English department, so we're within the CHASS, I guess, CHASS. I was lucky to get the chance to work with Arlene and Jessica this semester. As they were helping me with setting up an assignment on WordPress. I wanted to develop WordPress for a particular auto-ethnographic assignment where students kind of do ethnographic research about themselves, write blog posts about them, and analyze it all at the end. My main concerns were to make sure that their WordPress account was linked to their Moodle or the Unity ID, and that what they post not be public, but rather only be visible to myself, the instructor, and to themselves. There are issues around FARPA, which means that we can't be seen to share student work with the public, especially without their consent. So I wanted to give students the assurance that what they were writing, even though it's on the internet, right, that it wouldn't be shared broadly. So in terms of the course, what that translated to, especially in terms of the assignment, was that I wanted students to be able to navigate WordPress on their own as they created multiple blog posts, look at their own previous posts, as the instructor be able to see all of the previous blog posts, create a way for them to submit their assignment on Moodle very easily as a URL. Typically, one assignment consists of multiple blog posts. So initially, there is a post that sets up what they're going to do. So rather than writing one long paper in a Google Doc, they'll be doing a series of blog posts. The first one kind of just talks about the author they've just read, the scholarly author. So in this case, it would be somebody who's writing about a particular ethnographic style and kind of what they discovered. Following that, they would, for this assignment, observe their own life around campus, go to particular, and then write about the events and activities that they participated in 4 different blog posts, and at the end, analyze those blog posts. So that's, I'm counting 6 blog posts in total, and this is kind of just spread out over the course of the semester. I was so lucky to work with various resources put out there by Delta. I particularly like this this particular web page full of the basics, but also the workshop created by Arlene on Panopto, which I don't think I've linked that properly here. Have I? I don't think so. That's kind of weird. That one's on, but it's a great workshop. Thanks to Arlene. As I did this setup, I found out that I had to go to Wordpress and request a space to do it if I wanted to have the WordPress on a project space, or I could integrate it with one of the courses I was already teaching. So I followed these steps within Wordpress. And this might sound fairly simple if you were working on the tech side of things. I had to kind of go into Wordpress and find the button to request the WordPress site for my course. And I believe it lives right underneath the list of tools. So right underneath my course on Wordpress, I found where I could hit the activate button for WordPress. And then after it had been activated, I could click on, so it gives you a manage button. And underneath there, what I could do was set the visibility. So I found out that by setting the site visibility to users and rosters, the audience of the WordPress site becomes limited to the same people who are already within a Moodle course. So that already limits the audience greatly to just the people that are inside the Moodle course. And I believe this is the particular phrasing that Arlene and Jessica used, that the site becomes viewable to the enrolled users and instructors. Then through the same manage option, I had to do this. Selected this option to allow students to create posts. Once that's done, the WordPress was mainly set up. Then I had to go within WordPress. And so one of the instructions that I would be giving to students as I was writing the assignment prompt was to set all of their blog posts to private. So that way they could see it and I could see it. But this wasn't a situation where your students were looking at each other's work, right? If they didn't want that to happen. So I guess that would be something that I put within the instructions. And so the other thing that I wanted was to be able to see multiple blog posts together, which since this is a WordPress shared by the entire class, the way to do that initially escaped us. Let's see, let me try to log in. And I believe if I go to my dashboard, so if I look at a particular post, no, I should look at. So I guess this is how the website appears. And so by clicking on the author link, it shows me all of the posts made by a student. So there'd be a first post, right, that kind of sets up their assignment, a number of their observations or journal entries, and the analysis at the end. So this is just a mock-up that I kind of added to what Arlene and Jessica already helped me create here for this. And this is cool because the other way to do this would have been to create a category. I think that's a very useful attribute as well, a very useful feature. But for right now, I think it would be kind of laborious to create a category for every student. So you're being able to see all of the posts by a student together in that manner works fine for me. And the students can do that as well. By clicking on their own author names, they can see all of the posts together. That's mainly it. I think so. We've achieved everything that I need to set up this assignment for the students. So I'm going to be going to start doing that fairly soon. One of the things that would be even nicer would be to have the students in one section be on one WordPress site, so that there were another WordPress site for students in a different section. Currently, I teach multiple sections of the same course, and I guess right now, because those courses would be linked on Wolfware, so that they're together on Moodle, they're all within the same WordPress, and so that would give me so that right now gives me about 60 students on the same WordPress, which I think is fine, right? But in terms of navigating things on the back end, it might be easier if there were few students. I'm also looking at multiple posts by each student. So again, in terms of navigation, I think that's an interesting issue to look at. We also kind of discussed different ways to provide feedbacks to students. I provide written feedback on Moodle, but this is, as an instructor, I'm always curious of ways to provide feedback to students on anything that they do visually, whether it's a PowerPoint slide they're making or an ArcGIS story maps they're creating. So I'm still curious about that. And I think that at some institutions, they've managed to figure out how to give the credit to multiple authors for the same blog post, or I've heard at least that there's a way to do that on WordPress. I don't think it's easy, or it's probably it's not feasible right now. But those are the sort of things that we talked about as desirable features for the future. And that's mainly it. I had a lovely time working with Arlene and Jessica, and thank you to Delta especially for this Express grant on WordPress.